Hey everybody, welcome back. Today we're going to be reacting to a song called Only Shallow by the band My Bloody Valentine. But before we get into it, I want to say something. I have been feeling a little bit burnt out from making reaction videos for a little while. I've also been listening to a ton of music in my own time. So, while doing all of these requests that I've written down from your guys' suggestions for this month, I also plan to sporadically do some music that I've heard before that I've been listening to lately that I really like, from albums that I've been listening to a lot, and just kind of reviewing them and going over the lyrics and diving deeper into the groups and also kind of recommending them to you. So this is an example of that. I've heard this song, Loveless, has been an album that, to be honest, I tried to listen to Loveless almost a year ago, and it did not do anything for me when I first listened to it. It took like 3 tries for the album to like click. But when it did, it's a very specific mood album. But once it did click, this is an amazing record. And I think it's very, very important because it almost invented a whole genre of music as well. So, yeah, Loveless. This song is called Only Shallow. There is a music video which I've never seen, so I guess we'll be reacting to that. But yeah, this is the first track on the album. Thank you very much for joining me. If you are new to the channel, my name is Daniel. Normally we react to music I've never heard before, but here we're going to be making a few exceptions over the next few weeks as I just talk about music I love that I'm passionate about. So, you know. But yeah, if you like these types of videos, consider subscribing if you want to. Let's get it. Sorry for rambling for so long. Only Shallow. I'm sorry to pause it. I don't want to. I'm trying to keep this from getting blocked because I'm using a music video. But this album is so pretty. It's almost like painful how beautiful all of these riffs, all of this like chaotic noise is. The vocals are sound like some type of angel speaking you through a distortion box. It's such a strange experience to listen to this album. Yeah. Also, those drums are freaking epic. The harmonies in the background. Amazing song, amazing album. Okay. Kind of just want to go on to the next song, but I'm going to hold off on doing that. Okay. It's interesting, actually, how the music video almost looks exactly how the song sounds. So that's interesting. Um, okay, let me look at some of the comments. I was always afraid to check out these guys because their name sounded like a generic 2000s emo band name. Really? You held off on listening to someone because of the name of the band? I don't know. Okay. It would be hard not to be inspired by these guys musically. Great stuff. Shoegaze is an amazing genre. Yes, it is. Can anyone imagine what it must have been like to see this video come on MTV in the middle of the night and have your mind completely scrambled? Was anyone prepared for this? It's the current year and this is still ahead of its time. The heaviest non-metal riff of all time. I love how Kevin is very calm while playing his maniacal riff. Bought Loveless at a music store. I'd never heard MBV before. Naturally, when I put it on the stereo in my dad's car, the first 5 seconds of this song hit us like a sledgehammer. Yeah. You gotta give it Shields props for persistence. He spent 7 years copying other people's sounds, the Cramps, C86 Jangle, Sonic Youth, until he finally hit upon his sound and did something stunningly original with Loveless. Yeah, I've actually... MBV is a bit of a hit or a miss for me because I went back and listened to some of their older stuff before Loveless, and all of it's just kind of okay, in my opinion. And then I really like this album. I listened to the one that came after, and it was pretty good. But this specific album, I like the fact that there's still like rock inspired drum stuff, and the riffs still feel very, it still feels like there's rhythms and melodies that I can really like hold on to, where the other album is a lot more shoegazy than this one is, even though they both are still. Yeah. Maybe the other one will hit me harder later, you know. But let's continue. My Bloody Valentine is better than some of the medicines I take for depression and anxiety. It fills my soul with happiness. These guys really rock. Deep in my soul. Great lifts, great vocals, better than Zoloft. The music is great. This is my first time listening to these guys. Holy crap, this is so good and different. There you go. All right. Yeah, this is an amazing record. Only Shallow is the opening track and second single from My Bloody Valentine's legendary shoegaze album, Loveless. If you don't know what shoegaze is, let's look it up and find out. Originally called shoegazing and sometimes conflated with dream pop music. I can kind of see that, but not really. I don't know. I like dream pop too, and they're very different. I don't know. Is a subgenre of indie and alternative rock characterized by ethereal mixture of obscured vocals, guitar distortion and effects, feedback, and overwhelming volume. Yeah. And Loveless is considered by some to be one of the first shoegaze albums and one of the best as well. Verse 1, Belinda Butcher. What you have to understand about My Bloody Valentine is that the lyrics themselves are not all that important. So why are there so many questions about what Belinda's actually saying in this track? Because the vocal track was mixed low intentionally, as if it's just another instrument. So how can one interpret a song with barely audible lyrics? Listen to the music. With that said, this song is about sex. Not much to it per se, but more like a musical representation of it. Not so much about it, but a musical representation of it. Softer, more structured rhythm that goes alongside Belinda's breathy vocals is about making love to someone you care about. Bendy, violent, wicked guitar riffs we hear in the intro and connecting the verses is a representation of the rough, meaningless sex we have with someone we care less about. What kind of sex is that? It's only shallow. Yeah, that's another thing about this record. It's very sensual. The entire album feels very, like there's a lot of that stuff in there. Sleep like a pillow, no one there, where she won't care. Anywhere, soft as a pillow, touch her there, where she won't dare. Somewhere. Only Shallow's been linked to the Oscar Wilde quote, only the shallow know themselves, from his book The Picture of Dorian Gray. But could also mean many other things, relating to other common interpretations of this song, meaning that it's about a wet dream, that she's not actually there, or this is about seducing someone in their sleep. I would say that the like a pillow thing is more of a metaphor. Sleep like a pillow, there's no one there. You can sleep where she won't care. You can sleep anywhere. And she's soft as a pillow. You can touch her where she won't dare. Anywhere. Feet sweet like a mallow, softer, fair. Feel like you could swallow her. Sleep going to tremble. She's not square. Soft like there's silk everywhere. Look in the mirror. She's not there. Oh, wow. Okay. This sex can be rather existential. She might not be there. Again, these lyrics could be interpreted as stream of consciousness versus literal. Sometimes when you're in love, it's hard to tell where you stop and the other person begins. And sometimes it's surprising to see yourself as a singular unit in the mirror. It seems only My Bloody Valentine know the real lyrics. Yeah. Yeah, some people have different opinions on what the lyrics are, because apparently the group hasn't made official lyrics available. So that's pretty funny. All right. Yeah, that's My Bloody Valentine. Only Shallow. Thank you very much for joining me. If you like this group, I've listened to some Slow Dive. What are some other bands in this vein? Also, I love this album. I don't really know any. I still don't know any of the lyrics. I just listened to it for the sounds of it. I've listened to it late at night, multiple times, just like dead on the floor with earbuds in. 3 o'clock in the morning. It's fun. You should try it sometime. Yeah, this is a very interesting record, very interesting group. And if I'm not mistaken, it took them a very long time to make this album. They were constantly tweaking it and perfecting it, and it almost tore the group apart. It kind of did for a very long time, and only recently did they get back together again. All right, if you are new to the channel, consider subscribing if you want to. And yeah, I appreciate you guys for suggesting this. Some people were commenting that I should check this out a while ago, and it kind of made me go back to it and re-listen and try to understand it better, which led to my current love of this record, where before that was not the case. So thank you. Yeah, I hope you're having a great week. Stay tuned for more videos, and goodbye.